Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Apex Point Racing League feature race live stream. I'm your host, as per usual, Speedy Snoopy here, and always joined in the comms box with my lovely partner in crime, Anthony or Diabolus. How are you?
That made it sound like we're in a relationship. Very good, thank you very much. Good to
Well,
see all the people jumping in already.
we are open to all kinds of relationships here at Apex Point Racing Leagues, especially ones that create fruitful leagues like the one we have here today. Hope everyone's well. Thanks for jumping in and joining in nice and early on. Great to see so many familiar faces that have popped in to say hello. I can see there's Specs, Grumpy, Raz, and Morgs. Good to see you guys as well. Let me tell you, gentlemen, and Anthony as well, I've never been happier that I always start these with a brief pause, not to reflect, but just to let the viewers slowly drip in, because this time around I spilt half my water bottle all over the floor. So I used that quiet time to quickly and very erratically clean the room. And hope I'm sounding nice, calm, and collected now, because a few minutes ago it was very chaotic and not a very good time. But anyways, that's enough about me. No one wants to hear about my troubles and my quarrels in life. We're here to talk about the sprint series. I think this is the first sprint series feature race that we're doing for this season, because we caught up with one of the development series categories earlier this season. Then we jumped over to ACC at Circuit of the Americas for our second live stream. And now we're here with the sprint series at none other than Mount Panorama. Everyone can get their Bathurst fix nice and early this year without having to wait until October for the 1000. And instead of V8 supercars, we have four-cylinder supercars with the Hyundai Elantra N touring car as our car of choice this season. As we kick into the replay and have a little bit of a look around, you'll see that a lot of the drivers did some lovely replica Bathurst liveries, which is really, really good to see. And this is an interesting circuit in the sense of, like, not only is it challenging at the best of times, but based on the car itself being a front-wheel drive car, understeer is always going to be a very, very big part of the conversation. And there's a big mix of corners here from, we've got some tight, flat corners at the start and finish of the race in particular, along with some fast-flowing and undulating sections. So understeer throughout all of those will be very, very important to manage. And I had a little bit of a sneak peek earlier on and saw some of the drivers actually coasting through the turns, which I think makes it a lot easier to sort of carry on through with the right amount of speed there. So it's not too powerful a car, but it's definitely a challenging track, and one that I've always struggled with, Anthony. I don't know about you, but in a Group 3 around here, you're always on the limit, and with the rear-wheel drive sort of setup with those cars, you just really got to commit and be fully committed. And being an Australian league, there's a lot of drivers that love this track and are much better than probably you or I at it. But in this
Hmm.
in this car in particular, it would most definitely be challenging, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I feel like as well, like one thing you did mention would probably be being a front wheel drive car with the oversteer as well. You're going to have some of that torque steer as well. So you got the double edged sword when it comes to the corner exits in regards to that as well. Yes, I agree. I don't really have too much experience. I didn't do too much of this track, specifically because it was very popular and you just get a lot of crazy drivers on here,
Hmm.
being Bathurst and V8 supercar like, and they're all saying Robbins Racing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't really something that I was really that drawn to,
Mm.
but it always pulls at a lot of people. It is very interesting, and when you get a lap right, it's so satisfying.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I can only imagine. Because I would not have experienced that myself. I've always found this a bit of an Achilles heel for me in particular. So any other Pro Series drivers on the call on the live stream tonight, take note of that. Bring your A game to destroy me if this ever does come back up in a rotation. Speaking of other drivers and other things that are just going on in the league in general, obviously, let's talk about the league first and foremost. Been a lot happening this season. Season 10, 10th the 10th season of Apex Point Racing League, which is really really exciting. Come a long way. We've seen a lot of challenges pop up along the way, which is good to see. And I can't believe it's already over just as fast as it began. But as we move into next season, season 11, we'll actually be heading into our third year anniversary of Apex Point Racing League, which is really, really
Hmm.
exciting. So it's come a long way. I wonder if we can cast our minds back to think if our memory's good enough, or if anyone in the chat can remember, if they're a season one veteran, what was the first sprint car? I guess that's a little bit of a trivia question for anyone in the chat tonight. I know Anthony's probably already got the answer ready to go. So,
No,
well,
I'm
oh
actually don't.
really? Ah,
I
okay.
have forgotten actually.
Well, we'll see if anyone gets it right. I'm going to quickly whip over to the Hall of Fame just because I think my answer is correct, and yes, it is correct. So I'll wait to see if someone calls it out. But irrespective of that, no one wants to hear us ramble along about nostalgic memories. We want to talk about the race here tonight.
Oh,
Oh, you remember it now. Okay,
yeah,
give
yeah,
them
yeah,
give them a couple of moments to compose
yeah.
themselves. Welcome, guys, for joining in. We got Red Bearsy, Bardo. We already mentioned Morgs earlier. Josh decided to show up. That's very nice of you, Josh. Thank you for showing up. DDK, welcome. DDK, I think he wins the golden sock, if that's the trophy we're going to give it to him. The hairdresser cup. The Mazda MX-5 Touring was the first Sprint Series car, and Anthony walked away victorious with that accolade under his belt, the first of his two back-to-back Series wins. Speaking of
Oh,
Series
that's right.
wins, yes, that's right. Um, Coming into the race tonight, so
Do I remember how to play GT7?
look, the people need to know. The people need to know.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
that's great.
I should give one of the endurance races a go. I should give one of Pity's endurance races a go. You know.
Yeah, just throw yourself into 3 hours of the Nürburgring. Raz, before we jumped onto the live stream, he had to not only update the game, but also update his console. So I guess that gives you a pretty clear indication as to how he's traveling in that respect.
Yeah.
Oh, we could talk about this forever and keep slinging crap at each other. But irrespective, we're talking about championships. Funnily enough, coming into this round in the sprint series in particular, from a driver's championship perspective, which takes the points from the development of the Pro Series and the Sprint Series, it's really quite tight, and it actually extends into this race as well. So we have Not Bad Thanks, who's leading the standings at the moment. Breezy, the current defending champion, is on second, and GTO Mad or Badge has come back as well. So just some quick stats about those three drivers in particular before we go through the rest of the grid and the setup for today's race. So Not Bad Thanks. That's not just me commenting on how I'm doing. It's the username there. He's been the Sprint Series benchmark this season. He's just really gelled well with that Hyundai, and has been scoring consistently. 6 wins, 7 podiums, 3 poles, and 5 fastest laps. And interestingly enough, he also carries the best average finish in the field at 1.14. So it just shows how complete of a driver he has been with the Hyundai in this sprint series. And those results have boded well for his overall championship standings in the bigger picture across over in the Pro Series as well. Not too far behind him, though, has been Breezy, or showing up as Milo on the live stream tonight. He's a little bit further behind, Not Bad Thanks in the points, but he's still been scoring consistent podiums, had about 4 podiums, 1 win, 2 poles. So he's been putting a good challenge to him as well. And obviously has the number one door card to sort of bolster his enthusiasm and his, I guess, keenness for tackling any challenge that's thrown against him. But behind them on third, slowly nipping away at their heels, has been Badge, who's been a returning driver at Apex Point Racing League, and he's had a really, really strong resurgence back upon his return into the league. He's had 3 podium results. He's had a huge elo gain in the field of about almost 4,500. So these drivers, all three of them have the chance to really take each other to the sword there. There's also a couple of sleeping giants in the field there, like JCS Raging and so on and so forth. So it's going to be a very, very interesting race tonight. We obviously go through the process where there's 2 races. Everyone should know this, but those who are new to the live stream, we follow a sprint series reverse grid format. So race 1 you'll see tonight is 20 minutes. It starts with the like a reverse grid order. So the drivers with the highest championship points are at the back, and the drivers with the lowest championship points at the front. Where the race finishes for race 1 is how the grid is then set for race 2, and race 2 is where your points will be scored. So we've been doing that for a while now. We're going to tune into the Lobby A drivers tonight, so that's that first 12 or 11 drivers, top 12 to 11 drivers in the series standings there. So as mentioned, just do a quick little whip around of some race details so everyone knows what we can expect for today. We're at Mount Panorama, Bathurst. We're going to do 9 laps per race. 23 corners of the track. It's late morning, cloudy conditions, overall clear. There's no tyre or fuel wear. It's just straight full out pace on the racing medium tyres. And for our grid tonight, you can have a little bit of a look on the right hand side there. So starting in P1, we have, actually I believe I've got it here. Give me one moment. Lost my notes there for a second there. Yes. So we have Red Bearsy for Black Shadow Racing. Then we have Robin Banks representing Karma Autosports RAV. Then we have Morgs for Black Sheep Racing. Then in the next grid slot there, so 4th is Wartorn or Salty, as that would be showing up on the live stream. He's driving for BTR. We have XX Breezy, Milo, as they would be showing on the live stream. They're driving for WL Motorsports. So, as we mentioned, Breezy is our current season champion. He's running 2nd in the current standings for season 10. He's not too far off, not bad, thanks. They're going to be both challenging for that number 1 position all the way to the end of the season, I would say. As mentioned before, we have GTO Mat or Badge for NRG Racing, currently running 3rd. We have Carlton Gaming driving for Karma Autosports. We have Razmaz for PSU Paradox. Atlantis Fire for Karma Autosports. Flux Wildly Uncut, or Flux for short, representing himself as a privateer. Not bad, thanks, is also in WL Motorsports. So those 2 drivers, Not Bad Thanks and Breezy, are part of the same team, both challenging for the same outright title. And as a result, as a byproduct of that, they have been actually pumping up their team's points from a championship standings over in the development of the Pro Series. So they've been killing it this season. And then lastly, we have JCS Raging from Black Shadow Racing. So that's pretty much it in terms of the race setup for tonight. I guess we can probably just jump straight into it. Before we do, as always, we just like to take a moment to recognize everyone that helps to make the racing and the league possible and what it is today. So that's all our supporters, all our community members, especially our donors, our hosts, stewards, basically everyone to keep the show running in the background and support us however they can, whether that's with a little bit of time or a little bit of support to show up from race to race. You guys really are like what drives the league to keep on going. So if you're watching this on YouTube, let's try and get some more people in here by dropping a like, subscribing, share the stream if you're on it and want to share it with some friends. Jump into the chat, let us know who you're cheering for as always. We're almost ready to begin. I think we can just get stuck straight into it and see how this action goes. Before I kick in, I can see a lot of people, other people dropping in here as well. Robin Hill, nice to see you there. Neil Hansen, I believe that's M Sports. Tex, good to see you. Raz, everyone. Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a good evening. It's about to get a little bit better, I reckon, with the start of this race. So let's jump straight into this. Okay. We're ready to go?
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, let's get this. We line up on the grid there. False start check. Morgs has already jumped the start there. That's going to be a bit chaotic as the other drivers come through because he's going to have to serve a little bit penalty. Well, they're already 3 wide as they're going down the main straight. Luckily, not too many people ran in the back of Morgs there. Red Bearsy gets away there nice and cleanly into turn 1. And someone in the chat can remind me what turn 1 is called because I always get turn 1 and the last turn mixed up in terms of their names. So they head up. And I know this one is Mountain Straight as they head up Mountain Straight. So we've got Red Bearsy in P1, we've got Flux in P2, Robin Banks in P3 and JCS Raging in P4 has had a great start as well. Morgs has gone very, very far back there. He's not even in the top 8 at the moment as they come through this third corner there. Hell's Corner, thank you there, sir, for that one. Hell's Corner is turn 1. Or was that last corner?
I was gonna say Hell's Corner because
it is.
I just didn't know. Yeah.
Like we didn't want to commit to it anyways.
Exactly, yeah.
Didn't want to commit and embarrass ourselves and get told off by a bunch of Australians. So they make their way up to the top of the mountain. Sparks flying as always. A little bit slower speed in comparison to the Group 3 cars or the Laird supercars that we're so used to seeing around here, but that hasn't stopped some of the drivers pulling out a supercars inspired livery. As you can see there across the board, they're heading over the Skyline down the S's. These ones I'm pretty familiar with. Into the Dipper as we watch Warthog and Salty. Look at them go there. Snaking.
Red Bearsy was gapping everybody at the start there, but it's collided the wall,
he's actually come.
Now it's getting swallowed.
Oh, he's into the wall again, and Flux has gone through. Red Bearsy's just a little bit rattled. Hey, Reddit, sorry I couldn't recognise you from your gamer tag there. Thanks for pointing that out. Yes, Red Bearsy was gapping them, and now he's just been eaten up by Flux, and Robin Hill's not too far behind him as well, and what appears to be a sort of Batmobile-looking car. There's a trio of 3 cars: Raz, JCS Raging, and Robin Hill. I think JCS Raging is trying to go on the grass there around the outside of the chase here. Let's see if he's able to hold on to it. Oh! Nope, he slots right back in. Robin Hill did a good job there to hold on to the brakes, find his markers, and maybe JCS Raging there is thinking bigger picture in terms of this race isn't won on lap 1. Robin Hill thinks otherwise. He tries to make a move into the last corner there, but doesn't get the move done as they carry on, and they're all pretty close together after 1 lap, which is really, really good to see. So we're heading into turn 1. Hell's Corner, as Rudder did point out. There's a bit of smoke there. Red Bearsy's off.
Red Bearsy.
Oh, what happened there? I thought I saw. Oh no, a little bit of chaos. Oh, I thought I saw a bit of puff of smoke there. Was there a bit of contact? And I think we can see
Robin Hill waiting.
Robin Hill maybe redressing there. So and Murray's Corner is the last corner. There you go. So. Looks like if we were to piece it together based on what we saw there, Robin Hill may have just inadvertently run into the back of Red Bearsy, which is really unfortunate for both of them, to be honest, because they've dropped down from the top 3 or 4, wherever positions they were. Now they're at the back, but that's okay. This is race 1. Points are 1 in race 2. Yep, that's exactly right. Now Flux is scooting away here. Didn't get the memo about the Bathurst inspired livery and decided to stick with I think it's NASCAR, if as far as I'm aware, or I could be completely wrong here, but he's being chased by a Bathurst V8 Supercars inspired livery there of JCS Raging, and Razmaz is doing a great job holding onto the back of them as well. So for these front 3, I think their interest is just purely getting away from the pack, just trying to build a bit of a gap, and making sure that they power on through.
Yeah, these cars are looking fantastic going around the mountain at the moment. With these liveries, the guys have done such a great job. It makes it look so much more pleasant to watch. They've got you guys putting the effort in.
Yep, and there's even some throwback Gran Turismo liveries. We can see here, not bad thanks, in the Hyundai Elantra rally livery. If anyone's played Gran Turismo 3 or 4, when they brought Hyundai into the game and they had the Elantra rally car, this was the livery that was actually on the car. I can't see it right now because he's tucked up right behind Carlton Gaming. Still tucked up behind. They're probably thinking longer term here. If his performance...
Oh, gets loose.
We've lost someone in the back there. Who was that? That's Milo. That's our season champion from last season.
Running door number 1.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, back-to-back season champion. So he must have just missed his brake marker or something must have happened there. The car looks very worse for wear towards the front. So it looks
like he was edging out on the outside there and touched a bit of grass, and the car got a bit loose, so it was left no room. So defensive driving from
that'll do it.
So,
that'll do it. A bit of grass will very much unsettle these cars. Morg's running the Jim Beam. It should be sacrilege what he's done there. He's put a Ford badge on a Hyundai, but we'll look past that as they carry up Mountain Straight there. We've got a little bit of a move here. Not bad, thanks. Finally gets the move done there on Carlton. Dr. Speed is his nickname, is showing up in the chat. They come up towards the cutting. Sparks flying everywhere. from Atlantis' car, probably just a bit of latency there causing havoc on his end. Razmaz has done a great job of actually pulling in. Flux has dropped down from P1, scrapes the wall on the way through for good measure too. So Raging has jumped through into first. Raz has pulled in Reese or Flux. I wonder if we just missed something happen there with Flux. It's probably very easy on a truck like this to make a mistake as they go down through the S's again there.
Especially when you lose your momentum as well. So when you're going up the hill, you lose your momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Quick.
Yeah, especially on any of those long straights, if you just, even this one in particular, so Forest Elbow, if you come out the other side and scrape the wall, that's exactly what I was going to say, but I waited for him to do it before I commentator cursed him. You lose a lot of time coming down Conrod here.
Yeah, this one's a hard one because you come into this corner so fast from the momentum coming down the hill, but actually what you need to be doing is pulling the car up as quick as possible to get you a better exit with the run down the straight.
Yep. And I imagine it's not a corner you would just want to accelerate through because of the understeer in the car. It's sort of a downward undulating corner. You're putting all the weight and all the power onto the front wheels. It'll just pull you towards that outside wall like no tomorrow. Which is probably what's happened here in the case of JCS Raging as he gets through Murray's to end lap 3. So we're about 30% of the way through. Reese runs a little bit wide there on the exit of Murray's corner. It's probably going to give Raz much to get excited for. Raz, as we ride on board from his point of view, shows the nose just to let Flux know that he's like coming. And he actually timed his acceleration very well there, Raz, on the exit of Hell's Corner. He's got a bit of a run here on Flux. Where will he go? So Flux is sort of juking left, juking right, not exactly committing to a specific line, which sort of left Raz a little bit unsure as to whether to attack or be super defensive there, but both these drivers are in the Pro Series together and have a lot of respect and understanding for each other. All the three drivers at the front here know one another, so I'm sure they'll be able to know their habits there.
Yeah, so Raz has a decision to make here. I know if I was in Raz's position here, I'd be thinking about driver number 1, actually in position number 1. Do I fight this driver here, close the gap up behind, or do we just push him along until the end of the race?
We just have to wait and see. As we ride on board with Raz here, I'm interested to see the footwork involved with Pro Series drivers that go through the S's. Looks like a lot of trail braking, very little acceleration, coasting through it. Only when you got the car pointed straight on the way out, foot flat to the floor. No, I imagine through Forest Elbow here to be a very similar approach. So just light on the brake there, very light coasting through. When the car can point straight down the mountain, that's when they go. And it looks like both Flux and Raz there navigated that area successfully and have carried on here. But Atlantis behind them is looking under threat from Not Bad Thanks. So as you can see, was a little bit towards the back of the pack at the start there, but has slowly made his way into the top half of the grid. Let's see if he's able to go for a move here. No, he's just thinking longer term. He knows that the points are won in the next race, and he's got lots of race wins this season in the sprint series, so just biding his time, making sure he can get there without causing too much carnage to himself or any other drivers. Now, Badge, we haven't touched base on much, to be honest. Been a bit quiet in this one here, but he's trying to make his way through into the top 5 himself, a little bit further behind. Probably have a little bit of a harder time to get past Carlton here. Carlton and Not Bad Thanks were all Karma representatives not too long ago. Seems like they've got different names now, or teams have divided. We never know. I pick up the latest copy of your tabloid for all the information there. But Badge, yeah, looks like he's a little bit off the pace there, but still within this front group, I would say, because behind them we have Wartorn in 8th, Morgs in 9th, Red Bearsy in 10th. Our season champion, Breezy or Milo, looks like he's done a bit of work to get himself back up from 12th into 11th, but still has plenty of work to do. And then Robin Hill is just looking to hopefully finish this race so that he can start again fresh in race 2 and see how that fares.
Yeah. It's definitely not over. It's only the qualifying, as we said earlier on. Milo has done a great job catching back up to the pack. And Red Bearsy's hanging on the back there as well after a bit of a incident on the first 2 laps. So good to see they're still with the pack. Everyone's still close together. So you know the way the lobby splits are working here is based on how you've been performing in the series, based on your points. And I think I just cursed Red Bearsy there.
Yeah, I just saw that as well.
But it just goes to show, like, just even with this format of lobby selection, it really creates the close racing. This track obviously lends to mistakes being made, so there are some little gaps forming.
There's a nice little battle pack forming for P2 overall. Flux and Raz were in their own little world for a little while there, but it looks like Flux has sort of become the cork in the bottle here, because he's holding on to P2, but that's brought Atlantis and Breezy into the fold here. Sorry, is that Breezy? No, that's Not Bad Thanks, who just gets the move done on Atlantis there. You can see him starting to chip away there. He seems to just be one with the Hyundai in this sprint series, and he's been doing a very good job of getting himself back up towards the front end of the grid. Technically right now he'll be starting on the second row, which isn't too bad at all for the next race, but not too far ahead of him is other very, very competent drivers in the likes of Razmaz and Flux. So just riding on the back here of Not Bad Thanks.
Yes, it's Not Bad Thanks just goes purple in the first sector as well in traffic, so he's really putting the hammer down.
Oh, Flux is getting a bit too greedy on the throttle there, just trying to scoot away, and the understeer,
he's got to be feeling the pressure.
Yeah, understeer just pulled him right back down to reality there. He had to compromise by lifting off to not hit the wall there, and it's just made that gap between the cars behind him even shorter. He's a very, very good driver, Flux, but even I would be feeling the pressure of a situation like this. Again, the understeer just drags a little bit wide there, lucky to not go on the grass. Let's see how he handles the S's.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get hard for the guys following as well, because they're all bunching up a bit. It's hard to see apexes, and your position of the car is based on what the car in front of you is doing. So you are really relying on the competency of the car in front of you down here.
Yep, exactly right. And sometimes you peek out just like Not Bad Thanks there did. As Raz scrapes the wall, that's going to give Not Bad Thanks one heck of an opportunity. You can already see the speed difference there. So he goes onto the inside as they head into the chase, but Raz crucially has the slipstream of Flux in front of him. But let's just see how this goes. There's kind of side by side, not quite. Raz is still holding on to that with the slipstream. They go side by side through the chase. Let's see if Not Bad Thanks thinks about the switchback. No, he thinks better of it. Very wise there. Live to fight another day. Keep the pressure applied. And then you can see Raz starting to drop back. So what originally was disadvantage Flux has now become advantage. Flux has got away. And Not Bad Thanks gets the move done there into Murray's.
I don't know about you, Snoopy, what you would have been doing if you were in Reese's position there, but I would have been sharing the load of the slip to either car so that they could fight into the corners.
Yeah, just make their problem even bigger. Their problem.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess it was easier for us to see with seeing Raz scrape the wall. So you would naturally would have wanted to give Raz that speed advantage so that. Not Bad Thanks couldn't get a slipstream, or could just be a championship points type situation for Flux. Give it to the driver that's a little bit further down, maybe in your best interest. But irrespective, just like all things in life, taxes, death, and Not Bad Thanks making his way up through the field in the sprint series.
Yeah, so he's got some work to do now to close the gap for Palazzo, but based on the pace that he's been putting in, and he does have the fastest lap on the track at the moment, he's the car to watch, and Reese will be seeing that purple time down the bottom there, thinking, I've got the fastest guy on the track behind me, so hopefully he can keep his head down and keep it on the track.
What I've found, I'm just going to ride on board here with JCS Raging, because interestingly, he's had an immaculate first and second sector every lap. Like, he's been purple the past couple of laps in the first two sectors. For example, just over Skyline there, he was 4/10 up on the fastest lap. So I want to use that information to kind of triage and see where Not Bad Thanks is pulling that gap back. He must be I'm going to guess really, really good coming down the mountain through the S's.
Yeah.
He's still 4/10 up actually, JCS Raging there. And just a reminder for everyone, the fastest lap of this race will not count for the extra point. It'll be the one for next race. So JCS Raging is still 4/10 up. So based on that, he should be doing a mid 2:13s at the moment as he makes his way through the Armour Bridge to Murray's Corner. I feel like I'm going to keep using those word corner names so that I don't forget them. Comes around, gets the job nicely done, nice and clean. I reckon we'll be able to do a mid 2:13 here.
There he goes.
Oh, he lost a good chunk of time there, so it just seems to be in that last sector where Not Bad Thanks is really strong, and it makes sense. They're kind of, when you say they're like mid to high speed flowing corners, where I guess that throttle application is very important, and just making it through the chase nice and cleanly is super important. Still chasing there. We might check in with some of the other drivers at the back there. Raz is holding firm against Atlantis. Carlton has actually kept Badge at bay for the majority of this race, so props to Carlton from a defensive driving point of view.
I think we've missed Ribesi having a bit of an incident. He's dropped down to the back now, and there's a bit of a gap between him and Robin Hill.
Well, we'll have to see how the next race goes. Wartorn, Development Series driver, is currently trying his best to keep a Pro Division driver behind his rear bumper for the next few laps. We'll see how that fares. It looks like he's got another Gran Turismo inspired livery. They look like the safety car liveries from Gran Turismo 4, the dreaded Nissan GTR.
Wartorn is salty.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey Raging, welcome. We're just talking about your fastest lap in race 1. You're scooting away from the rest of the field. Salty's hanging on to Breezy there. Morgs is doing a good job holding into the back of them as well. Robin Hill and Red Bears, as mentioned, have dropped a little bit further down, and we'll just be looking to the next race to cement some positions. Raging's flying away at the front there. Now Raz under pressure here. Sorry, not Raz, Flux under pressure here from Not Bad Thanks. Not Bad Thanks as well within the slipstream. Let's see. I wonder if Flux will be able to hold on to this. Oh, it's Not Bad Thanks goes for the move into the chase. Does he get on? He holds on to that perfectly there. Timed his braking perfectly. So we were talking about last lap how that sector has seemed to be really strong for him, and I think that overtake there just showed clear proof as to why he's been able to do it. Oh, Atlantis is getting a bit rough with Raz there. He came through Murray's Corner. Didn't catch whether they were side by side or whether it was a dive bomb, so I'm not going to make any assumptions there, but they carry on to the next race. And
this is the opportunity for Reese to follow Breezy. Is Goodman?
No, Not Bad Thanks is Goodman.
Not Bad, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
To follow Not Bad, thanks for the lap, to follow the line and see what he's doing differently to get that pace for the next race. So this is a good opportunity for him to learn.
Now we may just have to see here if Not Bad Thanks is able to pull together the fastest lap and just psychologically get a little bit of a one-up on the driver that you're battling. So we'll see here, make their way up to the top of the mountain. Fox is losing a little bit of time there, but I'm worried about that next race. Carrying through into Solomon Reed, McPhillamy Park. Know all of those because they're campgrounds, and I've stayed there before. Let's see how he's going. It's not purple, so I may have to hold on to that for another time, another fastest lap. JCS Raging, though, scooting ahead, going to Forest Novo, just keeping it nice and clean. He's done the hard work, he's gotten to the front of the grid in race 1, so now we'll need to do that again for race 2. Not Bad Thanks has done a great job of getting to the front row alongside them, so he'll be looking forward to the next race, and I imagine he'll have a very, very strong showing there. Flux did everything that he could, but will be very happy with P3. I can actually see some swerving in the background here between Carlton and Badge.
Badge was all over the back of him, just kind of dropped him a little bit now.
Yep. Let's just see if he's got enough slipstream here to get the job done into the chase. He goes defensive, Carlton, and Badge swings around the outside. Does he go too deep? He does. I thought that was too deep. How's your rejoin, sir? Very nicely done. Got a bit too enthusiastic there, but as we missed, the drivers are coming over the line. JCS Raging P1 for race 1. Not bad, thanks P2. Flux P3. All Atlantis and Raz very close together for P4 and P5 respectively. Carlton holds on to P6 after that enthusiastic move from Badger P7. Breezy recovers to 8th. Salty 9th. Morgs 10th after an unfortunate false start. Robin Hill P11. And rounding out the grid with some unfortunate incidences and accidents as well as Rick's busy, but all to play for. You can only go forward when you start from the back of the grid for race 2.
Badge very lucky not to lose any more positions.
Yeah, they had a huge gap there.
Yeah.
Awesome, that was exciting. Alright, let's crack on to the next one.
Something about the replay mode in this on this track as well looks fantastic when they go across the top of the mountain.
Also feels like home to a lot of us. As we can see, the conditions have slightly improved, a bit sunnier here at Mount Panorama. We're getting ready to go. I didn't see any kangaroos that race. I know they're around, so we'll have to keep an eye out for them in this race here in particular. So just a reminder of your starting grid for this race. We have JCS Raging starting on the front grid along with Not Bad Thanks, then followed by Flux. After that, we then have Atlantis, Raz, and then my mind escapes me as to the remainder of the grid there. But they're all pretty close together. They've had a great first race. This is the one that counts. This is the one for all the marbles. So I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of aggressive overtakes and a lot of aggressive defending as well as they make their way around the mountains. So we'll crack on to that if you're ready, Anthony.
I'm ready.
Sure. 3, 2, 1, and go. Alright, let's hope for no false starts here. Raging in P1. Everyone seems to be all good. Some have gotten better starts than others. Flux is going a little bit backwards there. I think Atlantis may have got on the jump. Raz is actually up the inside there as well. Oh, they go into the corner. Oh, 3 wide through Hell's Corner. Oh no, Breezy's off. That's not the start that he wanted. No. Breezy's off and Morgs is off as well, so that's just really unfortunate. Maybe there's a bit of a coming together between the two of them. That's really unfortunate.
There was a redress there for sure.
But back to the front, Not Bad Thanks. Look, he said, I waited patiently enough in race 1. I'm not going to do that in race 2. I'm going to get this done quick. He's on the inside. JC's Raging goes around the outside, but understeering, going around the outside, and not two good combinations there. Not Bad Thanks looks like he's got an ahead. Atlantis has actually got an ahead as well.
Yeah,
so
Atlantis is going to get some advantage here.
Oh, Atlantis has jumped through as well. So in the trying to defend one position, he's actually lost 2 there from Raging, and just like we were saying earlier, there's only some certain things in life there. Now that Not Bad Thanks is at the front of the grid in clean air, it's not even halfway through the first lap. I imagine without some sort of accident from his behalf, that will be game, set and match, and he will scoot off into the distance there, but still early days. Real interesting component in this mix is Atlantis in the middle. In P2, great job to Atlantis. Raz holding on to his position there. Flux, who had an unfortunate bit of wheel spin at the start there, has dropped down to P5. Badge got his move done nice and early on Carlton this race, so he's moved up into P6. Carlton behind
JC Raging is going to be thinking he needs to get back in front of Atlantis as quick as possible, but he's going to have to keep a calm head and get back into the groove, I think.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing that can happen to him now is he's seeing that Not Bad Thanks is just driving away a bit. So
he's already put a bit of a gap, hey?
Yeah. So he needed to stay in second place.
Let's see if he goes for it. He's thinking about it. They got really close there. And if anything, they've just concertinaed it even further and allowed Not Bad Thanks to scoot away there. So as the angry sounding Hyundais make their way down into Murray's Corner, really pushing hard, utilising the full exit of the track. Raz in particular riding on the grass there. They're nice and close together here. Let's see how they go as they approach lap 2. Badger's looking very racy there, right on the back of Reese. Can't actually see the bottom bumper of Flux's car, so and he's in the slipstream as well. That is Flux. So even though Badge is right in the slipstream of Flux. Let's see what he does. Thinking longer term, might be doing a little bit of a bump drop. No, just let them go, carry on. We've got a long race to go here as they all make their way back up the mountain there. Robin Hill in 8th, Warthorn in 9th, Red Bearsy in 10th, Breezy in 11th, and Morgs in 12th, which is really unfortunate to see, but they're all relatively close together, all in the same sector. So still early days. Atlantis and Raging, they were about going side by side through the cutting there, but they seem to get into single file here. They make their way through McPhillamy, Solomon and Reed and all those places. I forget which order they're in. Coming up over the top there. They're really bunched up behind P2. Hey Anthony, it's just I think Atlantis is doing his very best to stand fast and hold into position. Runs a little bit wide there coming out of the S's, but he's not like in unfamiliar territory. He's definitely a competent driver, Pro-Am if I'm not mistaken. So he should be able to mix it with the fastest of the drivers in the sprint series.
Exactly, yeah, and he's doing a great job. Knowing in the rearview mirror, he's got all these cars behind him.
The live stream, just watching through his rear windshield, it's just a daunting sight to see how big that train of cars behind him. Holy moly! That's why I guess they always tell you don't look behind you, just look in front of you.
That's exactly right.
Oh, Raging is really close here. It's almost like you get really close on the exit of corners, and then because you either bump them or don't have enough room to make a move, you just have to kind of slot in, unfortunately. And yep, they're all still carrying on there. This is doing nothing but favours for Not Bad Thanks, who's making his way through turn 1, lap 3. Already set the fastest lap of the race. Still not as fast as the last race. I think the last one it was 2:13.89.
Yeah,
but I
think they're all being very patient, so it's really good. Like not much or many moves are happening, and I think everyone's just waiting for it to settle in and wait for the mistakes and playing it smart.
Yeah, in this train of cars, it's actually P2 to P9. That's how many. There's 8 cars in this train, but naturally it should spread out a little bit further there. There's a couple of them are going side by side there. I think Badge, I thought Badge had made a move there, but he was just running a little bit wide on the exit there to go through the cutting, heading up to the top of the mountain there.
I think Reese has just scrubbed the wall a bit there, and Badge is right up his clacker.
I thought he just swore there for a second. I was like, must be the overtiredness of the night coming in. And Flux scrapes the wall in. He's going to make the move. It's just, McPhillamy. You don't normally make moves there, but he's kind of side by side, but slots in behind. I mean, the opportunity was there. Flux did scrape the wall, which sort of left a bit of speed loss, and he got up on the inside, but you can't go side by side through there, sir. Appreciate the hustle though, but they carry on.
He's just applying the pressure because he's seeing that Flux looks like he's on the edge of the seat there, and he's just putting more pressure on. Just forced the mistake.
That's brought Warthorn or Salty right back into the mix of the chain of command. Here we go. JCS Raging making a move on Atlantis. Positioned his car up onto the inside, heading into the chase. Looks like he should be able to get that done. They go side by side. They actually swap lanes in between. That was very, very nicely done. It was almost like a poetic bit of ice skating there between the two of them. They swap positions there. JCS Raging has now made it up to P2. Oh, Badge is on the grass. Badge is spinning. Badge. Oh my goodness. I think he was maybe going for a bit of an ambitious overtake on the outside on the grass, and almost lost it, but did a bit of a Scandinavian flick to hold on to it, and only really dropped 2 positions.
Fantastic driving, getting that back on the track like that.
Good job, and great rejoin, slotting right back in.
Bit of a tactic there, maybe. If he just went a bit further, he could take it on all the Marcus.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Would have really thrown the race into chaos.
Now, Raging hasn't gotten away with things yet. Lannis is got him back onto his slipstream through Mountain Straight as they head into turn 3, but JCS Raging is held on to the inside line there, so should be able to hold on to that position, which he does. So what was a train of cars between P2 and P9 is now sort of broken off into 2 trains. So P2 to P5 is in one section there, and then P6, 7, 8, and I believe P9 will be together there as they make their way through. We'll see what's happening in other areas as well. We've caught up with Salty, Breezy. Had unfortunate turn 1 at the start of the race. Looks like he still hasn't had the opportunity to get his car back up to the front there, and in this second race in particular, Anthony, I think it's much harder to recover because the grid is kind of set in the order of driver pace based on the last race. So if you have one mishap or are involved in an accident and you drop to the back, it's even harder for you to catch back up because the drivers at the front are already going to be well away.
Yeah, plus everyone now is really knowing the fact that they're battling for points in this race, so they're going to be less likely to, or even more so, likely to battle you for the position.
Yeah, less likely to be cooperative going side by side through corners, likely to be a little bit more aggressive there. Got a nice little battle pack forming between, we've got Carlton, Robin Hill's got a great run coming out of the last sector there, maybe able to fashion a move here. No, Holder's in the back of them there. Badge is probably looking to make up for lost time there, running wide.
Well, Badge got right up the back of Robin Hill there, but I think coming in late on the brakes has cost him the corner exit. So he's just got to start thinking about the fact that his exits of the corners are very crucial here to hang on to the pack.
Yeah, when picking this car for the season, we thought it would be a good choice because they're quite stable. Low to mid power, more so mid power, and very, very stable front wheel drive car, but they've actually proven to be a little bit challenging to unlock the secret sauce for this type of race. I mean, Not Banthang seems to have figured it out pretty quickly, but just trying to balance that abundance of grip with that also abundance of understeer seems to be really, really challenging, because the car probably feels really slow or like not too fast as it makes its way through corners. So naturally, you want to put the throttle down. You want to push. You're like, it's got enough room in a power point of view to make up for it. But then as soon as you do that, you then start drifting wide into walls and onto the grasses. I think Flux went off on the grass there just as we said that.
I'm surprised you didn't make him race on hard tyres.
Oh, I wanted to, trust me.
I bet you did.
I'm taking a back seat.
Just so the chat knows, I'm always fighting for the softs for you guys.
When he does turn on his Gran Turismo every 6 months, he tries to fight for the soft tyres. They're on racing mediums, and the combination was cooked up by none other than Flux himself. Thought the medium tyres were the perfect compromise between the right amount of grip and not too much grip, which I tend to agree with there. Alright. Looks like Morgs still hasn't had the chance to pull himself back up yet. Red Bears has dropped back a little bit as well. Just realised Red Bears has got a Nissan livery on a Hyundai, which
I love it.
Minus 25 championship points.
I like it. I'm all about it.
I think the Jim Beam Ford is worse though, just because of how it's stuck onto the front as a decal, and even the headlights look like they're trying to be old. Is that an old Falcon? I think from memory, the Jim Beam. Yeah, of course. Right. Yeah, hence the Ford. But yeah, anyway, that's good fun. Guys, let us know what's your favourite livery from tonight's race. It's a good mix. And then the Pertec Ford from Raging side looks really, really nice, but I think it's just because it's not pretending to be a Ford, it's just pretending to be the Pertec Ford supercar.
Yeah. It's like the racing team have changed to a Ford to a Hyundai, and they've kept the same livery.
Specs has said Snoopy is forbidden from making tyre choices. I stopped that a long time ago, Specs. Got other priorities to keep the league running, so I'm very happy to forego tyre choice selection. However, I will reinstate the fact that if it's a road car, it needs sport tyres. I'll just leave that there.
Yeah,
CPAP.
but this is the argument that we have when we're deciding. We're putting cars onto a racetrack, and what do you have on racetracks? Racing tyres.
Yeah, but it's funny. We
That's
argue
the argument
about the
we have,
tyres,
boys.
and we're the guys that don't race in the game. Oh no, Atlantis with the S's goes off into the grass there. Let's put our quarrels behind us for a little bit. Picks up a penalty. Oh my goodness, he's going to get eaten alive down this back straight when he serves that penalty.
Oh yeah.
Holds on to it there. But
We haven't seen many penalties, have we?
Yeah, no, we haven't actually. JCS says, didn't you guys think of the intermediates for the sprints? I wish. I wish. I'm always up for a challenge when I turn my fan attack on every 6 months. All right, Atlantis, half-second time penalty. Raz goes through. Let's see. Oh, he goes straight defensive there. Carlton scoots around the outside. I think this is two position, but actually pulls everyone back in. And my goodness, Flux has a bit of a party behind him. He's got Robin Hill badge. Holy moly! I just just caught up here. The Raz is now leading the charge of P3, and now he has the snake of cars behind him as we ride on board. Have a look over his rear spoiler there.
Jeez, these boys doing such a great job out there.
Let me tell you, this is nose to tail kind of stuff. Carlton making his intentions very clear. Oh, gives Raz a bit of a bump. That's going to drag him wide, and when the car understeers, that's not good at all. So Atlantis was doing a good job of holding on to it, but then had that little bit of an issue there. Carlton just giving him a bit of a nudge there. Knows he's not going to be able to get the move done up Mountain Straight as they head into Griffin's Bend. Thank you, Rudded, for that information as well. He gets a nice exit. Oh, someone's wide in the back there. Who's crashed? Who's off the back there? That's not Milo, is it? That's Breezy again. Oh no.
He's having a hard time.
Breezy, I just saw that right at the back of that train of cars, and I was like, it's not that Rothman's Hyundai, is it? And I'm like, just when he got right onto the back of the tail of a really big battle pack where he could, potentially take some points from, he drifts wide there into the wall. He's just having a really, really unfortunate race. This could have huge implications for his triple back-to-back championship standing. So we'll have to
he can't have that. He can't have it triple.
Well, if he gets it this season, it'll be triple.
Oh no, he can't have that. We can't have.
Yeah, okay.
I have to get back into Gran Turismo if that happens.
Run Bathurst again, everyone. All right, so Raz is holding on for dear life. He's got 2.5 laps to go to hold on to P3. Sorry, JCS Raging and Not Bad Thanks. We know you guys are at the front and have already scooted away there. And I think I just noticed on Not Bad Thanks' car, he's got checkered flags along between his A pillar and his B pillar, and I think they're the number of race wins that he's had. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's have a little look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that makes sense. That checks out. May as well.
Who's done that? Which car's that?
Up the front, Not Bad Thanks, S. Goodman.
Oh, really?
And while that was happening and we were admiring the livery of Not Bad Thanks, Carlton's actually stepped up into P3. So put the pressure on Raz. Carlton's actually said, you're not mistaken, he loves his race win stickers. Yes, why bother with the championship stickers when you can have the race win stickers?
Oh, that's good.
Plaster them all over the car. Alright, 2 laps to go to head through Hill's Corner. Carlton leading the charge of this very feisty battle pack from P3. Let's see, let's ride on the back of Badge here. Robin Hill somehow found himself in the middle of this of the mix here, but he's no slouch, pro-am driver, so he knows exactly what he's doing. Badge and Robin Hill would race each other every Tuesday night as well, so they know exactly how fast they are. Oh, Badge gets a nice move there done on the inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you could just see the front bonnet of Robin Hill's car on the inside of the end for the cutting, oversteer, and running wide there. Oh, great job from Robin Hill.
Racing.
Wow.
Good job.
Just holding his line and also just making Badge deal with the extra understeer on the outside there. Great work, and bought himself a little bit of extra time there as he hits the wall. Badge does as he goes on through. Back to the front of the pack.
Guys are going to have to let us know what cars you want to see for the next sprint series.
And I think they all want sport soft tyres. On
racing softs.
Alright. Going for the dipper the second last time. Raz still feels like that third position is his. Let's see how he does it. Oh, he gets nice and tight there through Forest Elbow. Atlantis is under a bit of pressure here from Flux. Now let's see how this will work. They all snake down the mountain, following the slipstream of Carlton up the front. Carlton dips back across to the left. Uses his one defensive move very wisely here. Atlantis has got one hell of a run on Raz here. I won't be surprised if he actually goes for the move. Oh, good job there, holding on nice and tight. Oh, just runs a little bit wide there, and it can run a little bit wide on the exit there. Did we miss something?
Badge and Robin Hill? Yeah, Badge and Robin Hill.
So Badge slowed down to make amends for that. That's actually brought Breezy back into the mix. Maybe able to salvage a couple of points there as a result. And Red Bearsy and Morgs are still carrying on there back. Not bad things, goes to start the final lap along with JCS Raging in second place. Carlton looks like he's got a bit of a gap there from Raz. Less pressure here. There's a smaller group involved rather than a big group because of that little incident between Robin Hill and Badge. Raz in P4, Atlantis in P5, Flux in P6, Robin and Badge. Milo's Breezy is looking to make a move there on Badge, trying to make up for the time that they had lost. I wouldn't be surprised if he ducks to the inside here. No, he thinks better of it. No, carries on. Maybe a little bit scarred from the earlier corner where he ran a little bit wide into the other side of the wall there. Walton would be happy with a top 10 result in Lobby A. I think that's a great effort from him. Another development series driver kicking it with the pros. Carry through, Raging scrapes the wall as he comes through Solomon and Reed. Good job for Carlton for hanging on here. He seems very composed, even despite the fact that Raz is right behind him. Commentators curse. We'll have to see. It's almost like they're in a duo. There's two duos fighting each other here.
So it's so close right now. We're going to see some desperate moves, I think.
Yeah, it's all about this exit, I think, out of Forest Elbow. I think that's going to be crucial. If you can juke your opponent into making a little bit of mistake. Let's see what Carlton does. Oh, Raz goes for it. Raz goes for it, shoves the nose up the inside, makes a little bit of contact. They're side by side here, but crucially, Carlton has the inside for the turn. Now, what is Atlantis going to do? If I was Atlantis, I would tuck in right behind Carlton. Yep, bump him along. He's got the inside into the chase. Raz may have felt like he got the move done there and got up to the inside out of Forest. Oh, they're slotting in right behind. They're so close. My goodness, that's a very dangerous time to be swapping positions there, moving through very fast. Oh, looks like Raz is slotted in behind. Atlantis is scooting through as well. Have to jump to the front of the grid there.
I'm holding my breath. This is insane.
Thanks. P1. JCS Raging P2. Carlton, will he hold on to P3? What's going on? Flux is going for a wild move in the background there. Oh, it looks like they're all just going to hold on to their positions here. Oh, wow, that was very close to the end there. Flux looked like he was about to take the pit road entry there into the final turn. But Carlton comes through to hold on to the podium. Well done there. Atlantis people, great result there. Raz, unfortunately, dropped a little bit further back than he probably would have liked in 5th. Flux 6th, Robin Hill 7th. Breezy does get Badge and jumps into 8th. 9th for Badge, Salty or Wartorn 10th, Red Bears the 11th, and Morgs comes through to round out the rear of the field and finish up in P12 to round out this week's feature race.
So obviously we merged these results with Lobby B. So, you know, just because you finish well in this race, you know, we don't, not to say that other drivers in the other lobbies haven't done well also. So those are posted in the results tab for the sprint series. So, you know, we did have some lobby B drivers, Tusas, Bowers and Specs. So that were the podium drivers for lobby B. They actually took 3rd, 4th and 5th
there you
overall.
Go. So it just goes to show when you're racing in those sprint series, like, yes, you're competing for the position in the lobby that you're in, but you also need to prioritise making those positions quite cleanly, quite efficiently, because you don't want the time to slow you down when they're merged together. However, it is nice from time to time to win your own lobby outright, whether that's lobby A or lobby B.
Insane battles in this race. That was just nuts.
Very good.
But you could definitely tell it slowed them down in comparison to lobby B.
Yeah, of course, battling is always going to slow them down compared to not battling. But that's very exciting racing to watch. We hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we do. Mount Panorama always serves up some great races, especially in the sprint series where less strategy involved, no damage, just going all out speed. And it's good to see a majority, like a mix of drivers from the development series, Pro Am and Pro Series, having the chance to duke it out with one another, learn a thing or two from one another. It's exactly what we like to see. But that's the end of round eight. So we
DDK's chucked in the chat there for the sprint series for go
Mhm.
karts,
Oh God, yeah. Well,
which has made me think maybe we should do like the sprint series with catch up on. That'd be pretty cool.
oh God, can you imagine the complaints on that? Jesus Louise. But you can't choose racing tires for go-karts, unfortunately. So we just can't do that. We just can't do that.
We can't rule it out.
You've said that yourself.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. But rest assured, I think we pretty much have already sussed out next season's sprint series car, which is very
Any
exciting.
hints?
Um, any hints? Oh,
Hmm.
that's a tough one.
Is it
Uh,
going to be one class or is it going to be a couple of cars in there? Or what are we looking
it's
at?
definitely going to be the one car. I think it's a car that will be familiar to everyone. I'll just leave it at that. I feel like it's going to be a car that will be very familiar to people, especially those that have been around here the longest. So stay tuned when we announce season 11. But right now we're heading into the last round of the season, season 10. So we've got the season finales coming up next week, well, from tomorrow onwards. We got Le Mans, and just to jazz it up, we've decided to run it with the no chicanes. So there's going to be flat out driving down the Mulsanne Straight on Monday and Tuesday nights, respectively. So
Wow.
that'll be a lot of fun. The final track escapes me for the sprint series for the season finale. And then, Anthony, what are we running for ACC for our final round?
Final round. We've got Bathurst.
Oh, Bathurst again. So
Yeah.
if that guy's tickled your fancy and you want to race in an even more intense race with more danger, jump into the ACC on SimGrid and get yourself signed up for this Thursday's race. It's a longer race, isn't
Yeah,
it? About 2 hours,
yeah, one and a half
one and a half,
hours.
90 minutes. So just
Yeah,
like our
90
GT3.
minutes.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we do the same. It's going to be a tough one, but we should see some numbers there. But in the experience of ACC at Bathurst lap one, uh, every time we've run it, we've had a pile up, and it works a bit differently. Obviously, for those who have had a go at ACC, when you crash, it works a bit differently than GT7. Getting your car back on the track, it could have stalled. All sorts of things have happened, and then you can't just force your way through other people. It doesn't work. So
Mm.
it takes a bit more time to get the flow of traffic back up and going.
Yep, exactly. Well, good luck to those drivers. Keep it clean, keep it safe on that night. And yep, before we know it, the season will be wrapped up. We have plenty of off-season events. One of the first ones actually coming up is a massive Nürburgring endurance race, 3 hours. So if you're
Hmm.
interested in that, qualifying's next Friday for the race to follow on the 26th of June, the following Friday after that. So get yourself involved in that. And then we'll also have a bit more casual off-season events, and as always, a bit of a ACC Enduro taster for any of those drivers that are looking to make the jump from Gran Turismo to ACC in an environment
Or
that's a
just come
little
have
bit
some
familiar.
fun, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
just come have some fun. Like
even just cut some practice laps. Yeah, you're welcome to
just
jump in
come
and
in
give
there,
it a go.
do some laps. If we get a lot of people on the track, we can have up to 30 people up on the track. That's how much I've purchased for the slots for the
Mm,
server. Just come in, just putt around, and you'll get positions. It's a bit of
exactly.
fun.
Have a little bit of fun, but also make sure you rest, recover. Hope you guys had a good night tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. For those that are jumping off this to jump into Le Mans, go Toyota. And for those that are jumping in to catch the Barcelona F1, that will start at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, go Oscar Piastri, go Kimi Antonelli. And yeah, have a good rest of the evening, guys. Anthony, thank you again as always. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, we will catch you next time.
See you, boys.